Hi Gemini, this is going to be a self-love tarot message. These are general readings, so it might not resonate for you, but if you come back next week, I plan on doing them weekly, so maybe I can help you with something then. These are self-love messages. They're designed for the person watching so that Spirit can showcase ways that we might be letting ourselves down, or areas that we can acknowledge to live further in our most authentic self. It is a 6-card spread, and I did shuffle a little bit before we started. Once or twice more. Can't hurt, right? Alright, Gemini. So in the first position, we have how you're feeling about yourself right now, currently. In the second position, there's going to be something you need to prioritize, maybe your needs, maybe something else. In the third position, there's going to be an area where you might subconsciously or consciously be aware that you're letting yourself down, and Spirit says, come on, pick it up. The fourth position is going to be an area that you need to acknowledge so that you can be more authentic with yourself. Self-love is all about loving yourself and accepting yourself, but we can't accept parts of ourselves that we keep hidden away. So by showcasing those, we can be more authentic with ourselves. In this fifth position, it's going to be something you need to let go of. Very simple. In the sixth position, it's going to be something that Spirit wants you to acknowledge, maybe something you don't know. And in the seventh, like I said, is going to be Spirit message. So we can go ahead and get started. Gemini. Gemini, in their first position, oh, beautiful. You are being recognized as the Princess of Pentacles, Earth energy. What I love about this princess is if you look at her pentacles, they're actually just flowers. She also looks hapai, which in wine is pregnant. She might not be. But the Princess of Pentacles is like the page. And the page is bringing in news of some kind of stability. I don't see actual coins, so it might not be material stability, but there are so many ways you can be stable. What do they call it? Rent broke? What do they call it? Bills broke or whatever? Like you have your job and then you make all your money and you have all of your bills paid, but at the end of the day you're kind of broke, but you're not really broke because you have your house and all your bills paid. There's a word for that. I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, so there's lots of ways to be stable. You could be stable in friendships and relationships. You could be stable in sense of humor, I guess. There's lots of ways to have stability, right? So let's see. Something you need to prioritize. Ooh. Yes. So the universe is saying right now you are aware of some sort of stability and they want you to prioritize this victory. Look at you winning, Gemini. I love it. She has fought her way to the top of this mound, right? King of the hill. She has all of this support around her. Look at all these flames. And in her own flame, she has that infinity symbol. This is somebody trying to share her victory with the world, right? With the universe. 6 of Wands. Well, good job, Gemini. Spirit is saying you've been victorious in something. Now prioritize it. Oh, I try really not hard not to keep these in the reverse, so we'll flip it. And then if we see with the message that it doesn't really work that way, we'll put it back. But right now we see in an area you need to prioritize, or something you might feel, or an area where you might feel like you're letting yourself down, or you're just not putting enough effort in. Spirit wants you to recognize this Princess of Cups, which is another page, a message of feelings. So this girl here, she's swimming with her dolphin. Dolphins are a sign of intelligence, right? So it's not just being in your feelings, okay? The dolphin is a sign of that you're also thinking with your heart, but the dolphin has a flower here and there's purity in that. This is a well thought out, well-timed message. Oh, I thought there was like fruit on her tray. It's a turtle. She's bringing a turtle. Who's just swimming with a turtle on a tray? I don't know. That's not well thought out, to be honest. Just saying. But there is a lot of this emotion. So Right now, Spirit is saying that you feel like some sort of sense of stability is coming to you. And that's fair and valid. I always feel when things are going to change or be different for me. But that this feeling is based on some sense of victory. Something good is coming to you. And something that Spirit wants you to prioritize is also maybe some messages of love. You could be successful in love. Feel victorious for being a giant winner. That would be lovely. I haven't had any... Oh, I'm sorry. That's not true. All of the signs that I've done today are winners. They are. They're just not feeling very confident. So for you, I think this is great. Good job, Gemini. Something that the universe wants you to acknowledge and let out so that you can be more authentic with yourself and those around you is the Judgment card. Oh, what news do you need to share? This looks like good news. Traditionally, the angel is your higher self, and she's using her trumpet to wake up all the zombies, right? Zombies, not really. People who are not living to their purpose. So walking alive? They're not dead, they're walking around, but they're not really alive either. Automatons. But I think this is you, instead, sharing your news with other people. What news do you have? This success, this victory, maybe this news of love and romance. Maybe the universe says, congratulations, Gemini. This is your reward season. Please share all of your rewards with other people. Because when we share how, not loyal, what is the word I'm looking for? Faithful. When we share how faithful we are to our intuition and to the universe, right? If the universe is saying, hey, I really want you to do this thing, and you're like, I don't know, I'm really scared, but then you do it, the universe will reward you. You'll be given victory. So I think somewhere along the line, you've come through something great, you did a great job, and the universe is saying, victory, good job, Gemini, but don't stop there, okay? You can't just accept the gift and be like, yes, I deserve that. Very nice. You have to accept the gift. Oh, thank you, universe. And then you have to tell other people that the universe rewarded you for doing a good job. That's the homework. That's the takeaway. That's the clause at the bottom of the thing, you know? Like, that's the fine print. Is you have to share your success. Because in sharing our success, we allow other people the opportunity to see how well things have worked out for us. Especially maybe people who doubted. So just say that you really hated your job and you kept talking about how you really hate your job. And then your best friend's like, I really hate my job too. I hate my job. I hate my job. And then you say to yourself, okay, well, there are other things that I'm interested in. So I'm going to quit this job. Probably, hopefully, make sure you have something else lined up. Maybe not. Maybe you're just like, wing it. You're like a fire sign. You're air sign. But you could be like a fire sign. Just be like, nah, fuck. Just quit. Right? But because you have chosen to live a more authentic life, to be more realistic with yourself about what you want and what you need, not only have you given the people around you permission to see that, but you've also given that best friend who also hates their job permission to say, well, maybe this is something I can do. So you can't just stop at accepting the gift. You have to say thank you and then show it to other people. Like, ooh, look, I did what I was supposed to, and now I have this huge reward. Right? Something universe wants you to let go of. This is 10 of Swords. Maybe in the past, you didn't feel like a winner. Maybe you felt like you were in ruin. Maybe you suffered some sort of ego death, which would definitely increase your perception of what success is. I personally love the 10 of Swords, even though it says ruin, and ruin might not be that bad, ooh, great of an omen. What I really love is that I always think of the 10 of Swords as like an ego death. And I don't think the ego is very good. I believe that ego is that hard outer exterior that keeps our precious gemstones trapped inside. Okay, and every time we polish off a little layer of that ego, what we're really exposing is who we are underneath. So, if in the past you've experienced some kind of ego death or some kind of hardship, Spirit wants you to know, just let go of that. Success is coming for you, victory, some kind of information about feelings and love, purity, it's all coming for you. And then something Spirit wants you to acknowledge. be aware of is the Ace of Wands. I told you. There's gonna be some fiery, passionate, sort of emotional stuff going on for you. Let's see. I don't see a very big message here though. Oh, wow. Gemini, I was right. Death and rebirth. You went from something to something else. Death and rebirth. Wow. Look at you. You're that phoenix, that beautiful lady just rising up. I don't know what you went through, Gemini, but you went through it. Or you were very, very close to being done. And Spirit just wants you to acknowledge your growth, how far you've come. Spirit really wants you to showcase that to other people. That is your message. That is your self-love message. So many people nowadays, if you look on Instagram or online, or you talk to people about it, self-love is always like, oh, self-love, set boundaries, cut anybody off that doesn't meet your expectations. We can talk about that. Cutting people off is important. Discernment, right? Knowing when. But one of the hugest aspects of self-love is learning to deal with other people and yourself. We have learned growing up all these habits that contribute to us giving away our power or giving away little bits of ourselves every day and not getting anything back. Learning self-love is about reestablishing those patterns so that you're always getting what you need. That's important. But we can't live in a world without other people, so it really is about having to learn to deal with other people. This message is about accepting your own victories and sharing them with others as a form of self-love, because you're telling other people, I can do it, you can do it too. Support. I love that. This is such a good reading, Gemini. I wish I knew you. I do. Yeah. So this is what we have so far. We are going to use the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck, beautiful cards, to clarify. So right now, Spirit says that you are feeling this Princess of Pentacles energy. Something very nice is coming for you, or maybe you're just in the very beginning stages of this very nice thing, but it is an omen of good to come. Princess of Pentacles. And again, she's not like, it's not coins that are falling from the sky, it's flowers. And she has this like pregnant sort of belly. So I really feel like this is getting you ready, right? This is very springtime energy. This is like gestation. You were gestating some beautiful sense of stability. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, but it's a struggle, okay? That's fair. This princess, she's pregnant, and we know that pregnancy takes 9 months, right? That's a struggle. Oh my God. That probably is, it's really not hard to be pregnant. Like, it's not like physically probably hard. Like, it's probably very uncomfortable. It's probably very stressful. It's probably not difficult. Like, you just get up and every day you're just like the same person, but your tummy's getting bigger. So like, I don't think that it is, it's not impossible. It's probably not too hard for most people, but it probably is a struggle. It probably is a struggle. I remember when my sister was pregnant, and she couldn't tie her own shoes. It was the funniest thing. Like, she had her foot out in front of her, but because of the tummy, like, she couldn't reach all the way. And she's like, can you please tie my shoes? And I'm like, no. I did, of course, but it was so funny at first. I was also like 16, so hilarious, right? Okay, so this sense of perception, this message that's coming to you, it could be a struggle, and that's fair, because all transformations take time. The caterpillar, do you know what happens to the caterpillar? It's actually wild. I read this study on it a while ago when I was in college, and I didn't want to be doing the work that I was supposed to be doing, but it was really neat. So the caterpillar actually doesn't just grow wings in the chrysalis. The caterpillar actually dissolves completely until it's just nothing but goo again. Interestingly enough, this is the study that I read, is that before the caterpillar becomes goo, they set up this thing where if the caterpillar, they put like food in front of it, and if it goes to a specific food, it'll zap the caterpillar. Look at, can you imagine zapping a caterpillar? How much itty bitty teeny tiny amount of electricity could you possibly use to zap a caterpillar? I have no idea, but they zap the caterpillar when it chose a specific form of food. Then it goes through its chrysalis and it comes out as a butterfly. And what they found is that later on the butterfly wouldn't eat that food either, or wouldn't even land on that food. I'm pretty sure that most butterflies don't actually eat. Although monarch butterflies do eat because they are necrophiles. Sorry, that got way out of hand. But my point is that the butterfly does not just go into the cocoon and wings sprout. The butterfly goes in the cocoon and it basically dies. Basically. And that's what healing is like. It's basically dying. But when you come out, you are a new, better version of yourself. So I feel strongly like you are coming into this stability. It's going to be a struggle, but it's going to be a huge transformation. Spirit, something you need to prioritize is this sense of victory. But of course, practice discernment, right? Who are you sharing your victory with? And how are you sharing this information? If you've been victorious in a financial sort of way, do you want to share that information? I've heard stories about people who win the lottery and they go in to collect their winnings with masks on because they don't want their families and people to know who they are. That's fair. One of my biggest fears in life, and this is like really true, and part of me doesn't even want to tell you this, but a real fear of mine, because I don't have a supportive mother, but a very real fear of mine is that I will become successful in my life and she will come to claim whatever that success is. She loves to tell people how she supported me and she was helpful and she was a great mom. None of those things are true. I put myself through college. I had to leave here to even be able to go to college. She told me as I was growing up, like, oh, don't read so much. Don't be so funny. Boys don't like smart, funny girls. Don't go to college. What do you need that for? You're so pretentious. I put myself through college. I did everything for myself. So if there was a situation where I came out victorious or doing well for myself, I would not tell her. In fact, I would practice so much discernment that I wouldn't even tell people who would tell her. I wouldn't even tell people who might tell people who might tell her. See what I mean? Discernment, okay? An abundance, this victory. Ooh. Ooh. So we said it might not be a physical abundance, but those coins are there. Say that it might be. You could be coming into a lot of money. You could be coming into a very stable sort of place. Universe says that something that you might not be aware of that you're putting on the back burner is these feelings, these emotions. Maybe there is somebody you like, or maybe there is a message to somebody that you want to send, but you're not prioritizing it right now. But this could be part of that victory. Maybe you've won multiple areas. Maybe you've not only just won financial victory, but you've won emotional support and victory too. Maybe there are people that you want to be emotionally honest with. And Spirit is saying, now is the time to do that. Look for omens, okay? For me, I see hawks daily, but I live in the Midwest. Is it an omen? I'm not sure. What's an omen for you? Psychic development. Okay. So one of the things I think is incredible about, like we talked about, the reward, right? The universe will reward you with certain things. When you follow your intuition more, one of the things the universe rewards you with is not psychic abilities, not like speaking in tongues or like predicting the future. I can't even predict the future. I can only read the energy that's available to me right now. So I don't know necessarily about psychic abilities, but I do know that when you follow your intuition, it puts you in this headspace where you can more clearly see the right path from the wrong path. Because you have learned to listen to your body. And your body has two brains, if that's not wild enough. Your head, right? And then your parasympathetic nerve system, your gut bacteria. Your gut can tell you so many things. It can. And when you learn to listen to your intuition, that's your body making what it feels known. Right? We have five senses. 6 if you want to count the psychic ability like intuition. But we have this ability to feel with our whole body. So we should be listening to our whole body for answers, if that makes sense. Okay? So you might not be developing psychic abilities like reading minds, but you could be getting into very serious, strong contact with your intuition. That would be wild. That would be great. Okay. Spirit says that we want you to showcase this judgment. I thought that this could be you sharing that news with other people, but also it could be you being careful about who you share that news with, making judgments for yourself about who's the person to trust and who isn't, because we did get that discernment card. But I do think this is about sharing your success. Maybe not like giving it to people, but letting them know what happened when you were faithful. Too many. I don't want all those. Okay. Integration. Really nice. You accepting this success, you accepting this victory, you accepting this change in perspective as who you are. Very nice. And then letting others do it too. That's really nice. We give people freedom by allowing them to feel how they need to feel or want to feel. Grounding. Okay. Stabilizing. I think this goes really good with that integration card. There are a lot of ways to let people know how successful you've been, right? There's lots of ways to talk to people. There are a lot of ways to show off anything, right? So we could have Instagram, we could do it in person, we could talk to people, we could have them come and see us, like however it is. One of my favorite ways of talking to people, I know it sounds like almost counterintuitive because you're doing something at the same time, but I love going for walks. I love to go for WALKs in the woods. And I love to talk to people while I'm doing it. Because you're not really busy. You can still focus so very much on what the other person is saying, but then it's not that weird sitting down across from each other, having to look at each other kind of conversation. Not a fan of eye contact. So walk next to me and we'll just talk like regular folk. That's one grounding technique, and it came up over above the judgment. So that's like another idea of how you can share this information with people. Something to let go of is this Ten of Swords, this feeling of ruin. Because we said you're coming out victorious in all of these other areas. You are really looking very good. Very good. This Ten of Swords. Ruin. It says reunion of souls. I always try to take this card with a grain of salt. Okay? Because so many people are going to see this and be like, oh, it's about a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be. This could just be like a Horcrux. Okay, like maybe at some point you were so used to giving parts of yourself away that you literally put yourself into other things. And now the reunion of souls is your soul coming back to you. If you feel like before you lost out, or if you feel like before you weren't victorious, or if you feel like before that you were suffering, that could be you losing little bits and pieces of yourself. Like I said, self-love is about those habits that we develop that allow us to give parts of ourselves away. So maybe this ruin that you experienced was that, giving parts of yourself away. And this reunion of souls is you bringing back and integrating parts of yourself. That's fucking beautiful. Nobody wants to lose themselves. People want new beginnings. And I think you're going to get one, Gemini. Look at that. That's really nice. And then the universe wants you to acknowledge this Ace of Wands, right? This passionate new beginning. A fiery new beginning. It says right here. New beginning. So whatever it was that didn't work out, I don't even want you to think about it again. Okay? Give yourself some emotional space from that situation because it's just not coming back. But this Ace of Wands, sorry, I keep flipping over my cards and I'm looking at them and I don't think that's reading. I think that's cheating somehow. Okay, Ace of Wands. It's all good, okay? Whatever you felt like you lost before, don't worry about it. It's all coming back. There's this new opportunity. Sexual energy, which might ignite some of the sexual energy because I think that Ace of Pentacles or that Ace of Wands is about some passion. Looks good. That Prince of Cups, Princess of Cups. She has some kind of news about some kind of feelings that I think she wants to share because there's the dolphin and the turtle in that picture. I feel like she wants to bring that message to something. And then right here, it's talking about a fiery reunion or a fiery, what? What's the word I'm looking for? Ace. Oh my God, Ace. I was thinking Page of Wands. No, Ace of Wands, sorry. It's bringing in that fiery Ace of Wands. So you had some sense of defeat, but we're moving away from that because Spirit wants you to prioritize this victory. So maybe you came out of something that you thought was defeat, but really it's actually a good place to be. That happens. I think that happened for Aries earlier. They're going through some kind of separation or some kind of like moving away from a connection. But all of the cards on the other side of the moving away part were great. They were great. It was like, oh, actually this is for your better self. This is for your higher good, highest good, right? So I told them that like you don't have to worry about things that are like rejection or failure because and then Taurus got that too. Yeah, we don't have to worry about rejection and failure because those are just words. And what they basically mean is that whatever we were doing wasn't meant for us. So just let it go. Meh. Could be a divorce, I think, that was for Aries. But meh, just walk away from it. Let it go. It's better this way. Don't even worry about it. Okay, because I tell you this, Gemini, because you have that death and the rebirth. Something really good is coming, okay? Maybe you had to give up something. Maybe you did lose something, but that's not how Spirit wants you to think about it. Taurus had the whole perception checking, right? Perception is a big deal. Ooh, creativity. Death and rebirth. Maybe whatever is happening or what's coming to you is going to bring a lot of creativity, which would be really nice, right? Letting go. So you got to let go. And you're going to find this creativity or this death and rebirth, this new beginning. It's very good. I like this a lot, Gemini. It's great energy. When I look at the letting go card and I see the dark bird and the light bird and that sunshine, I always think about duality, right? The good and the bad. So just like I told Aries and kind of like I was telling Taurus, bad things happen, but it's our definition or our perception of what is bad. It's our perception of the word rejection or perception of the word failure. Those are the bad things. But what I'm seeing here is that you have passed all that. You've come out of the rejection, you've come out of the failure, or you are. And the recap is that Spirit wants you to acknowledge that good things are coming. This Princess of Pentacles, this is an offer of stability, of victory. You're going to be victorious, or you have been. And because of that victory, there is new information that you're sending or that's coming for you. That's something you have to focus on. But to be more authentic, you have to be discerning and share your success with others, okay? Because you're getting past some kind of ruin. There is some sort of fiery, passionate, new information coming for you, and there is this death and rebirth. So Spirit is saying that when this is all over, you're not going to be the same as you were, which is great. Who wants to stay the same all the time? Unless you're perfect. I'm not even perfect. I really hope that helps, Gemini. If you need anything, if you want to talk to me, my email address is in the box below. Have a good day.